Welcome to Environmental Science. My name is Mrs. Ture, and I'm glad to see all of you here this evening for back to school night. First, I would like to start by introducing myself. Okay. I earned a Master's of Arts in Teaching from Bowie State University. I've been married 22 years and I have two children. I'm a special education teacher at Northwestern, and I've been teaching at Northwestern for 7 years and teaching 10 plus years. Let's get into information about environmental science. First of all, I'd like to let you know that this is a very good course. It's a very practical course, hands-on. Basically, it's to allow students to investigate the natural environment and the interrelationships among natural systems, such as biodiversity, population dynamics, uh, to name few examples. All right, so students are going to be able to look at real life solutions concerning our environment currently, and investigate issues, environmental issues, look into career opportunities when it comes to environmental sciences and the different fields that are interrelated, and also look into technology, engineering, and mathematics. So a lot of different areas are covered under environmental science. Very interesting for our students. Okay. As far as our expectations for the class, let's talk about that. Students will be doing assignments that cover a variety of different activities. Students will be given tests or quiz, at least one per unit. They'll practice and participate by completing assignments in Google Classroom. They're going to work on vocabulary building exercises. I like to use the FAIR model vocabulary graphic organizer. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay. Okay. Let's look at some of the activities students might do while part of this class. This class is a virtual class, so a lot of the assignments and the work that will be done will be uh, provided to the students through Google Classroom. So students would have to go into the Google Classroom site daily during our meeting time and after our meeting time to be able to access all the information they need to be able to complete different types of assignments. So we'll be using models, developing and using models. We'll be engaged in class discussions. We'll be planning, carrying out investigations. We'll look into hands-on lab experiences, and we'll be trying to define problems looking at the structure of engineering. We'll be communicating information through scientific explanation. So all of these things will be done through virtual learning. Students will be doing some of the activities independent of the classroom and then sharing on the Google Classroom. Let's look at technology. This is a very uh, technology driven way of teaching currently, the way that we are currently virtual. So we will be using lots of tools, including Kahoots, Nearpod, BrainPop, Quiz, Edpuzzle. These are just some examples of tools that we'll be using. They're apps, some of them, most of them, that students can access to complete activities and assignments. We'll be working first with learning about these tools during our Google class, or excuse me, during our Zoom class meetings. And once we are familiar with them, then we'll use them. Our Google or Zoom classes will happen weekly. Students will be attending weekly classes online, and those classes, my classes, will mainly be done through Zoom. So students will have a Zoom ID that they would put in and a password to access my class, and it will be posted in Google Classroom. Okay. Now, next thing I want to look at is some information that is probably pretty important to you and your child. So grades. Let's look at some different details. Grades are going to fall into three categories. We'll have assessment grades, which will be 40% weighted, and we'll have high classwork grades, which will be 35% weighted, and independent, which would be 25% weighted. Where would you find your grades? Over here, I have a link in my presentation that shows the link to the Family School Max portal. Also, if you had any need for more, or you had any questions, I have also posted in this presentation all of the different administrators, their grade levels that they work with, and their emails. Also, over here, I have information about the counseling office. There's a counseling website that's very nice. I encourage you to check it out. And once you click on the link, you'll get to go to the website, and everything about the different counselors will be addressed in this link. Okay. Lastly, communications. Please ask your students to provide you with the code for Google Classroom that I sent to them before the class, so that they would be able to share with you, or you can access the classroom and see what they're doing. Okay, everything is listed in Google Classroom. The next thing I want to talk about is Zoom. Down below, I have a link, and I also have the password and the ID to access me in Zoom. But the very best way to reach me is through my PGCPS email. I respond very quickly to email, and would like for you to address any questions to me through the email. So it's nice to have all of you, to have your students in my class, and I look forward to a great year. Thank you.